Get in here, y'all. Get in here. I think I'm going to coin a new phrase. Just get your arse in here. So, get your arse in here. Welcome into the porch this afternoon. I'm going to spend some time with you guys today. At least for the next hour or so. You got me on and off like a light switch. I always don't know. I love that. I always don't know what the Lord's going to have me bring up to you guys. I never know what we're going to talk about. It could be something brand new. It could be a revelation. It could be a little doodad, a little reed basket down the river, as I call it. Or it'll be something he's already taught me. So it's like a Rolodex in my mind. And I love to surrender it to him before I come to you guys to say a little prayer. And I open myself up and I just let myself be a vessel. And it's so weird some days about what he brings here to the porch for us to have. So today I'm going to talk about chakras, if I say it right. Chakras. Now, y'all know I'm an all-American girl in Oklahoma. It's not like they taught the chakras on my side of the fence. They did not. Chakras is an understanding that I have come to being Christ conscious. So that's the perspective I want to talk about chakras today. I'm not your one-stop shop for all sources of information. You need to put the information in your house and decide what resonates and rings your bells for you, what is true for you, right? So I'm just going to explain this in my layman country-ass way, which is how I do things, hence the title of the video called Chakra Splainin'. Because over here on my side of the river, we don't say explainin', we just say splainin' with an S, splainin', right? We're going to use words like doodad and mosey. It's going to be great. I mean, get your arse in here. So, chakras, all right, in a layman Laney's way. Laney, if I could just sit on the porch with you and be like, what you think about them chakras, girl? Well, I tell you what. I love it when people ask me, do I believe in chakras? Just because I believe in Bigfoot and I believe in chakras and I believe the world, can heal, doesn't mean I less or devalue any belief that I have in Christ. It's almost as if you say I believe in something and like that takes away from the belief you have in Christ. Nothing takes away the belief I have in Christ. If anything, all things around me, below me, above me, and inside of me add to my faith in Jesus Christ. Makes it more real. Magic. So today I want to talk about chakras in my way. So I believe in things that I can feel, right? I believe, because that's the first place to do. I believe in things that I can feel, and I know I can feel Christ. And so chakras are our soul. To me, that's our spirit. 7 holy points of surrender. Hit them all, and you're going to go off like a little bell. And there's healing in that walk up, So if you're just chiming into chakras and don't know what they are, I can't help you. You got to have some elementary knowledge on them. So to me, I believe in things that I feel. And we're going to run through them real fast. The root chakra is right at the base of your spine, between your legs, where the good Lord split you. Don't let the door hit you. That's where the root chakra is. And to me, when I was being taught this with just spirit, he was telling me that's because I'm the root of it. I'm the root of you. Root. Y'all with me? So, I'm the root of you. Regardless of how the Eastern world will tell you and explain this to you, let me explain it to you, Jesus said. So I listened, and that's the way I'm going to explain it to you. He said, the root chakra was him, and he's the root, and we should always know who we are in him. I am of God. I am a daughter of God. I am of the kingdom. If he's royalty, I'm royalty. Blah, blah. Get it going. You know what I'm saying? Root chakra is about, can I eat? Can I clothe myself? Can I put a roof over my head? It's your basic survival stuff. We know this. And I'm not here to teach you that. Googler.com can teach you that. They got a good mainstream education about what these things are when they're in balance and not in balance. But let me show you what they feel like. So you can be like, I don't know if I believe in that chakra stuff. You don't have to believe in gravity. It's still going to pull your ass down. You don't have to believe, but it's still here. Living Christ is here on the land now. Can't see him, but I could feel him. So let me give you a little Laney way of feeling the chakras. You have a root chakra because it's located way too close to the no-go zone. And so when Jesus kicks you in the arse, or usually it's him to get you going on down your path, when we get hit in what the root chakra is, which is our stability, our roof over our head, our clothing, we freak out. How would you feel if you lost your job? You'd be in the bathroom, wouldn't you? If you got a divorce, you'd be in the bathroom. You get that divorce diet. They don't say these things for nothing. You slim down, okay, because you're in the bathroom a lot. Because your root chakra is messed up. So you're in the shit zone. You're in the no-go zone. So your view of the world is no more than that nasty garage way down there. That's how you view the world, in a shitty way. You feel like shit, you know, all of your world's going to shit. You know, you're like the last dung beetle at the shit show when your root chakra is going off. And usually that takes place in your life when something snaps or breaks and you panic in your soul. So it goes bubble, 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 right? And you feel that, okay? You know what I'm talking about. So you get excited, same thing. You got to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, you got family members that do that. Like 2 miles right before they get to grandma's, I got to go to the bathroom. Nerves. It's all connected, right? So that's our root chakra saying, hi, here to make sure you have a good time. Just letting you know I'm here. It's like our own ADT system. We're a barometer of our spirit, okay? So spirit's in there wanting to talk, breathe, and be, and we're out here using our mind and stuff to suppress it so we can be. I mean, come on. We got to merge this together. Going up a chakra from the root chakra is the chakra that's, it's like your, I think it's your sacral chakra. It's like the sexual chakra. It's like right near your belly button or an inch below your belly button. Okay? Go hit the Googler for what it does for you, but how do I feel it, Lenny? How do I know that I have one? Yeah, you have a libido. So your sacral chakra is you're creating, you want to create, you get a drive to create, and that's kind of like the mix of like your belly flipping over, the butterflies in your tummy, and things like that, okay? So, you know, you feel it. You get a kick, you know, ooh, you know? Whether you're attracted to someone, or you're turned on by something, or whatever it is, there's a kick there, you know what I'm saying? The one above that, solar plexus, it's the right here in your belly, it's about willpower. And again, go have the world and books teach you what it's there for, but if you want to feel it, you want to feel the solar plexus go off, which is right here. You ever listen to your gut? You ever had a knot in your gut? Have you ever had butterflies literally in your gut? Have you ever had that elevator feeling? Your gut sends off an impulse that you feel. Just like the last chakra before it and the root chakra, they send off an impulse, right? And your barometer body reacts to that, i.e. by going to the bathroom, or your libido spikes, or you are having butterflies in your belly, or your stomach's flipping over, or you feel it in the gut, you got a tummy ache, or it's in a knot. These things are talking. That's a chakra, 7 holy points. Roy G. Biv, looks like the rainbow, runs right through us. Wow, I wonder who thought of that, right? Come on. So we know what this is. We know who this is. So the rainbow going right through us, up us, you know? So it's wonderful. So another way, the next one up is the heart chakra. That's the bridge between all this bullshit that you need to clear yourself. That's where you come in real handy. When you get on a journey with Jesus Christ, you're working below. You're working down here. Because a lot of us are stopped up being creative and having our root chakra and stuff like that. This is the heart point. This is the bridge to the rest of the cool chakras that are like from here up north, okay? The southern region, the northern region, right? And your north node, your south node, you see what I'm saying? Get out of the shit and get into the higher of it is about the same thing, okay? So 50-50. God will meet you halfway. This is what he's talking about. I'll meet you halfway. You know, you got to do the climbing. You got to do the digging. I'm not going to come get you. You're going to climb out looking at me. And you guys know you've learned the fruits of the Spirit, humility, faith, trust, you know, compassion, empathy. You learn fruits of the Spirit by climbing out of your own dung heap to meet God at the surface. Wow. Woo, I'm glad I got out of there. That's a 50-50 mark. And the heart is green, and it's the heart chakra, you know? And how do you feel that? How do you know that I have an energetic point there? Have you ever felt your heart skip a beat? You ever had to tell the truth? You ever almost had your heart stop? You know, either by metaphorical means or physical means. This right here has an impulse in it. It's magnetic. It's electromagnetic. It's a car battery that never needs to be charged. Isn't that amazing? So this is your heart chakra, and you can feel it. Okay, when it swells, when it shrinks, when it cracks, when it breaks. They don't have any medicine for hearts on the shelf. That's God's job. And when it's broken, you go to him. He's the only one that can sew that back together, right? I'm just telling you how to feel it. Your throat chakra is the next one up. So how do I feel that? Have you ever on the high end, just been talking and prophetic word and river waters just flowing out of your mouth. Hello, Lanny, I have that going on with me. I don't want to heal it though. Or on the bad end of it, you can't speak the truth. You can't talk about your feelings, and you keep having throat issues. Feels like there's a knot in your throat. It tightens up when you have to tell the truth. That's just to let you know that there's a pulse back there. There's a point back there. That's why our throats react. Okay, so we have a reactionary point, 7 of them. That's not coincidence. Okay, so after that, we have this third eye. A lot of people get confused with the third eye because of religions on the eastern side of the world. Just know that it's your pineal gland, and everybody has one. God gave you one too. It's in the middle of your mind. The only thing in the brain that is blood red as the hill Jesus was on is the pineal gland, because everything around it is in its own sac, blood membrane sac, and our brains are pink and light pink and white. Inside that is a blood red little seed. That's our pineal gland. It really does react to light through our eyes. That's why you like staring at the fire, because you think it's cathartic. You're actually like petting your pineal gland, which totally and scientifically reacts to the light out of your eyes. You know, right? Think of a memory right now. Go ahead, close your eyes and pull up a memory. You have a projector screen in your mind right now, and if we could point to it, it's right in there, give or take some inches. That's your pineal gland playing movies for you. That's where you get your daydreams at. That's where you get visions from. And yes, the Lord anoints us with those. Stop letting the world tell you that you're crazy. Stop letting that be suppressed. So opening the third eye is a really big deal. And it unlocks everything. It's becoming above duality where, you know, like I wasn't in the tomb with Jesus Christ, but I have a whole sermon on how he told me about oud oil and what that had to do with him. And that's the only thing he asked me. What does oud oil have to do with me? There's an awesome sermon put up on YouTube a long time ago where I got into the nitty-gritty of that. How did you do that, Lanny, with only the Bible and the dictionary on your desk? How did you do that? You weren't there. No, I wasn't there. The pineal gland, it's a projection screen. You get to see stuff, and that's your holy walkie-talkie between here and spirit. And here, if you open that up, you're supernatural in the natural world. Don't tell the church. So, very potent in our pineal gland. And the Bible said, I think I'm going to misquote it, and that's okay, because I'm dyslexic, and it's okay. I think it said something about 2 eyes closed, let one eye be full of light. What do you think he meant? Boing. You know, so this is a walkie-talkie to Jesus. It really is. And then after that, you got the crown chakra, and that's like, oh, I'm not sure what that is, but a living halo. But you know when these things go off, because you start to have open dreams. You start to be very opened house. And Jesus was explaining chakras to me in like 3 parts. You do the work from the bottom 3, the root, the sacral, and the solar plex. You'll do it with me, but you're going to be doing the manual labor. And then you'll meet me here at the bridge at the halfway point. And at that point, you gain access to your throat, third eye, and your crown, which are his domain. This is our Godhead. It belongs to him. You know what I'm saying? These chakras are his. And I really can't unleash a prophetic ability, the ability to see the past, present, and some of the future. I don't do it on demand. I only get what I get, and I'm only allowed to see what I'm allowed to see. And everything that I've ever seen has literally been from my couch, but I've never been taught, I've never been shown anything that I didn't end up being part of the teaching that I put forth to you guys now. So, I love the magic of it. So chakras are a real thing. They are points in our body, and I just wanted to point out how you can feel them when they go off. They literally are there. And too bad we as whippers weren't taught in school that we have a body, an endocrine system, an immune system, and all this, and then they stop. And leave it up to the church to tell us, or religion, to tell us about our spiritual selves. Letting us know that God is spirit, but yet we ignore our own spirit because we're not even sure what that is, and trying to connect the two while feeling disconnected from spirit our entire life and from our own spirit. We think, we got to wait till we die to be alive in our own spirit, to be alive in his. I'm living proof that that's not the case. Hello, not pushing up daisies. Alive, alive, alive. So chakras are a real thing. I hope that you guys give them merit and credence. And, I don't use them I don't look at them all the time. I'm not drunk on them all the time. I just know about them. And that's wise. And I keep that in my mind. So, and I respect what they are, because in my layman way, I understand what Jesus was telling me. He is the red root chakra at the bottom. He is our foundation. It is his blood that we are foundation on. And when you come up one more, you're saying yes to the dress. Same thing Mary did when God was asking her, will you? She said yes. And then he verbed her name. That's why we get married. God told me that little nugget about 5 years ago. My mouth dropped to the floor. How simple is that? That's why we say married. Yes, because Mary unioned with God and had Jesus. So he verbed her name, Mary, married. So isn't that amazing? You know, when we get married to the Spirit of God, to God and Jesus' Spirit, you know what I'm saying? To love is God and God is love. When we are asked to do the same thing that Mary did, whether male or female, in this body don't matter. We're all a receiver spirit, which is female. We are his bride all together collectively. So we have to say yes to the dress. You know, if that's what your heart accords. I know I did, and I'm sitting here because of that. I fruited out. My little baby wasn't, you know, Mary had Jesus because of that union. I've gotten into union with Jesus and Spirit. And what did I bloop out? I blooped out the porch. That's me and Jesus, a little baby. You know, and I'm growing it every day, nurturing it every day, showing up every day, and it's being co-parented by the both of us. Amazing. And it's for the glory of the kingdom of God, not for my name's sake at all. I always duck and show you the man behind me, which is the invisible man the world doesn't see. I don't come alone. I couldn't do this. Jesus is behind me. Boo. So, you know, when Jesus is saying, I'm the root chakra, and my blood is what your foundation is on. And when we get to the next one, I'm going to date you, court you, flash things in front of your face, make you raise an eyebrow, make you want to get to know me. And that's dating. When you want to get to know someone, you're dating. You're courting them. And Christ will come by in our lives and do the same thing to us. And the next thing you know, he's going to ask us for commitment. We're going to sit and run. He'll wait. We'll be back. I mean, it's a holy love story, right? And then Jesus meets us in that willpower, that solar plex, right here in our guts. Because we want to create what he seeded us with. That's what happened in the lower chakra. He seeded us. We said yes. You know, so we're birthing, we're pregnant, male or female. God's got ideas and sparks going off in your mind all the time, doesn't he? That is that baby in Christ. You've got it in your belly and you're growing in your solar plex. Okay, and then it comes up to willpower. You know, that's the color yellow, the color of the sun. Very masculine, very awesome, you know. So you come up to this, and now it's all of this. I'm rooted well. I said yes to the dress. I've been seeded with sparks and holy divine ideas. And now I'm impregnated with that. I'm in gestation of that. So now it's time to give that birth. What did you birth in your journey? You know, he will come around to take account for the talents. What did you birth with your Christ consciousness body? What did you birth? So to me, when we're right, like that's what Jesus was saying. I will impregnate you the way when my Father did then. With great ideas full of abundance. Was Jesus not abundance from here on out? Everlasting? Yes. And we have like little miniatures of that, you know. You might pop out a new career or an invention or a book or a song. Whatever it is, stop hiding you from the world. You know, you've got something great to give, as did the Mary and God union. They had something great to do, and great to give, and that was Jesus. So Jesus is saying when he moves up through the chakras that he's the one that did all this work, and now we want to create. We used to be with God to see what we could get from him, and now we're with God just because we want to please him. Isn't that nice the day the river turns, or you know, the pond turns over for us? And our intentions of coming into to love Jesus change. And when that happens, and you're loving him because you want to, not because you have to. Check your marriages at the door on this one. When you're loving him, not because you have to, because you want to, that's a free will choice, baby, full of sovereignty. And anybody would love that, especially God himself. Because I'm a woman, and I am telling you, crowd, women love that too. When you say, I don't have to love you, I want to. It's a choice of mine. Free will sovereignty, I put myself right here. A girl will be like, whoa, my God, he really meant it. You know? So God is going to see that. And when that happens, when we're loving him for the right reasons, then we move up. And then God becomes something in our throats. We speak truth. We become truth. We're not afraid to speak the truth, right? We're clearing out the house. We speak from a place of love now, not from a place of fear and lack and hostility. This is how he changes us from the inside out, like annealing our DNA. And then once we get to the throat, he will use that because you're in allowance, right? You're in a submitting place, right? Just like Mary, you're lying down, right? To let him do that. Then that's what I do. That's why it looks like I'm a prophet. I just lie back in the river and let him do his work through me. And that happens in the throat chakra. Sometimes he just takes over. He makes me look really smart, really intelligent, really profound, but it's not me. It's the Spirit running through me. It's the river running through me. I'm just laying down in the river. That's all it is. And when it comes to this point, Jesus said, that's when I let you, to me, he told me in my personal walk that he let me eat the pomegranate. As if we were told not to eat from the fruit of knowledge. I look away because I'm hearing Jesus. I always look down and away when I hear that. It's like, because he told us never, not to eat from the fruit of the tree in Eden. It's almost as if as a dad, he's saying like, I didn't say never eat from that tree. Perhaps I was going to invite you into a personal space with me, into a loving date with me, and share that pomegranate together with you. As husband and wife, as father and son, as father and daughter, as wife to holy husband. It's like he was waiting to share it with us, and that was the true sin of it. Was like kids, we snuck around and ate it before when he wasn't looking. It'd be no different, like, I don't want to say that, people peck at that, but if I had a chocolate cake that I spent a long time baking and I stuck it in the fridge because I had so plans on having it with my children for a special day that I was planning for them, and I told them don't eat the cake, and I'm thinking it's going to be a great day when I share that because I know they really want it, and if they had snuck in the kitchen and ate all the cake and then hid behind the counter with cake all over their hands, kind of like Adam and Eve, I, as a parent, my heart would have been broken, not a little angry, but I would have been broken at the fact that there was I was waiting for a pure moment. I was going to have a pure moment with you with this, and you kind of went behind me and took it. And it's not the fruit that you want. It was having that fruit with me is what was magical. So I think that when we do all this work, when we finally come into alignment with Christ, this third eye and this crown chakra, whatever it does, I'll tell you what it does for me. It opens up the holy walkie-talkie. And I literally am able to hear and speak so freely, so open. And I think it's that. It's eating from the pomegranate. It's eating from the fruit of the tree of knowledge. Yet I didn't have to break into heaven and steal it from the tree. I did the work. He met me halfway and we come together to eat this fruit. And that's a beautiful story. So just notice too that the chakras tend to shakya, zit, 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 zit. Just remember that if you're not believing in them, just believe what you feel. These are 7 points of holy surrender. There's 7 points of energy, and it truly is our spirit. When we die and this body falls away, what do we look like? Anybody know? It was, I bet you we are a rainbow of color. Based off of our souls, Roy G. Biv, all the way from the bottom to the top. And that, to me, is like heaven. Rainbows, 7 points, rainbow-ish, Roy G. Biv, wow. On the blood, come up to the crown. This sounds like a guy I know. I'm down with that. So I sell chakras here at the porch, and I buy them, and we'll trade all day. Okay, that's something that can stay. Anyway, I think we're gonna have a holy field trip. We're gonna go out to the garage here. And I'm going to do a little thing. See this old paper? This old paper's like 2 years old. But I think I'm going to go out to the garage here and have a holy field trip day. And we're going to use the 55 Buick to do this. So I think I'm going to go out there and explain. I'm going to explain chakras in a mechanical way using a real car. And I think for a minute that'll be fun. And what a good way to get some mechanics to understand what chakras are and how they're important in an old garage kind of way. Real easy, not complicated. Anyway, we'll see you in a bit.